Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and tonight we're on the red carpet for the New York premiere of Sundance breakout sensation, Indignation. We're chatting with the entire cast, so get ready for a great night behind the velvet rope. This kid, he's a 1950s Jewish rebel. That's the best way to describe him, right?
Yeah, he is. He is, yeah, he's a rebel in a way, I guess. Is it rebellious to be, an independent thinker and question the world you're born into? I guess, yes, I guess you are. It still is, in a way. You're still a rebel. And even if you do that now, and I think that's great. I think more people should be like him, and I hope this movie influences people to just question the world that they're born into and changes their perception on reality a little bit. If that's a big task, I can recognize that right now. But I hope people walk away from this movie, with something more than just entertainment.
You guys have such wonderful chemistry in this movie. Talk to me about depicting this 1950s, almost forbidden relationship that goes on.
It's interesting because you have the world that Philip Roth creates, and then you have the time period, of course, that you're playing off. But then there's also these kind of classic notions of falling in love for the first time and going on your first date, and those things are kind of timeless and they transcend any specific time period. So as much as it is about the time period, there's also this, I think, universal feeling about Marcus and Olivia that people connect to.
So you play that Jewish dad.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't matter if it's the 1950s or 2050s, they're all the same,
That's
right?
my new TV show, That Jewish Dad. No, I guess it is two projects in a row. This film, I actually did this film last summer, right before I started rehearsal for Fiddler on the Roof. But this time I play the butcher. I mean, in the film I play the butcher, and then after that, of course not, and then the dairyman.
I love that we see 1950s in such a unique way from essentially a rebel's point of view. Talk to me about the relationships that occur in this movie and how they're formed and how they're built.
Well, he is a bit of a rebel, but not your conventional sort of rebel. About the relationships, man, we're dealing with a lot of young kids, especially on the college campus, and wanting to fit in, wanting to fit out. Everybody's coming to terms with what their identity is and how the people around them can help them form that identity.
This is James's first movie. Did a pretty good job considering the guy's put out some of the best movies of the last 15 years. Talk to me about what he was like as a director.
Incredibly smart and incredibly precise, and the idea that it's his first movie is just, as a director, it's crazy because but it's not surprising when you look at the history of works and all the films that he's been a part of. He's gotten to see some great filmmakers make some great movies, so I'm sure he's learned a lot.
How was your first one?
I think it's all I could say is beginner's luck. I had a blast.
And a hell of a cast, too, right?
I had a hell of a cast, they always say 90% of filmmaking is the casting, right? And it really is true. I mean, between Logan Lerman and Gadon, and then this amazing New York cast, I was blessed.